Hey everybody, me again.
Shannon, Practical Paracord. Today's video, we're gonna be talking about sling lengths, y'all. What size sling you should get, what size slings the Paracord slingers used to wear. Then we'll finish it off talking about some whip crackers, y'all. Stay tuned. All right, if you look in the books, the one over the head, which would be the smallest sling, usually went to their forearm, okay? Their sling around the wrist will go to the elbow, and the sling around the waist will go to the shoulder as their longest sling. I don't believe that. Reason being, it doesn't seem the most practical, y'all, okay? The only one that doesn't seem practical is a sling that comes up to right here, which will be under, a 36-inch sling, Just to let y'all know, I measure my slings here at practicalparacord.com. Get yours today, full length. So this would be a 60-inch sling. So when I say a 36, that really means like 18. Everybody measures their slings halfway. I don't. I go against the grain, y'all. And I just think a small sling like that, the only practicality of that is if you're training or it's like a little kid learning. It just basically, if you're learning how to sling, then a small sling like that will probably be the most optimal for you, because when you throwing, say you throwing a normal ball, rock, whatever, you got a scope. And every time you throw, you're trying to hit the middle of that scope. But once you can convince your mind that you're actually aiming right here or right here at the scope, that's really your spots. And once you can get adjusted to that, now you're starting to get the concept of slinging. Once you got the concept, you're only going to want to get a longer sling from there. I promise you. Been doing this long enough. So I think the sling around the head, instead of being right here, it was around where your elbow's at. Now the longest one, is my shoulder. But I think a good small one will be about your elbow. That's like, in my slings is 48 inches. I'm always with my 60, but I would use a 48 if I'm in like close combat, or just trying to move fast, being more agile, more quick. I'll sacrifice the power, but I'll increase on my speed. All right, now the one around the wrist is gonna be one of these, a 60-incher, because the 60-inch sling is the most popular size sling when it comes to slinging, y'all. Well, you spread your arms out, and the sling should be about the length of your arm span, y'all. And with it being the length of your arm span, it shouldn't hit you in the head, and it shouldn't hit the ground when you swing. See what I'm saying? Now for the long range, I will go with a 40-inch sling. An 80-inch sling. So I measure like everybody else now. Reason being, the 80-inch sling is, to me, I think, the tipping point. You get to 100, sometimes it feels too long, y'all. Sometimes it feels too long. And I think 80 is the most optimal. So the one around the waist, I will go with an 80-inch sling. So you got a 48, a 60, and an 80. You got close range, middle range, and far range, y'all. That's how I think they want. All right, y'all. Let's talk about crackers. Whip crackers, poppers, just something at the end of your sling that makes a good little pop, Now, a whip cracker doesn't just make a loud pop. Yes, if you're hunting, you want to take it off. But also what the popper does is it slows your sling down. If you don't have a popper, besides making the noise, the sling's just gonna keep going. That popper is when you throw, it pops and it kind of kills the sling. That's another reason slings like being tapered. You don't have such a dangerous thing coming back at you. So yeah, Crackers are cool because they loud. I love them. And also, they make slinging just a little bit safer. Yeah.
All right, y'all, let's wrap this up.
Just in case I didn't explain it well enough earlier, when it comes to choosing what size sling you want, it's basically on your skill level. You know, if you get one too big at first and you don't figure out how to sling, you might not like it because you're not gonna get the speed that you could be getting with it. If you get one too short, you know how to sling, you're not really gonna like that neither because you're not gonna get the power out of it. So, you know, if you get your Smiling Sling from practicalparacord.com, you know, I would definitely start off with a 48 if you never slung before, or, you know, if you know how to throw, even not a sling, but like a baseball, I would jump to the 60 off the dump, y'all. If you know how to sling, a longer sling, you always gonna want a longer one. And once you get too long, where you start hitting the ground, and you know, it's hard to aim a really long sling. But a long sling will throw a rock further than the other two by a lot. Once you get from 80 to 100, anything over 100, it's still fishy. You know, it's gonna be hard to get a good clean throw off. My slings are a little heavier, so maybe a longer sling with lighter material, the numbers might adjust a little bit, or the distance might adjust in your favor. Crackers, loud but safe. You know, help you from getting hit. And as y'all can tell, this video is a little wonky today. I tried to do it yesterday, but I couldn't get my point across right, so I try to do it this way. Tell me what y'all think. Hope you like what you're seeing today.
And if y'all did, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend. And when you do, tell them that notification bell.
Practical paracord, hey, you don't wanna miss it. Keep you entertained. You know that we talking slinging. Catch 'em in Louisiana, Sling King. Find 'em down south, slinging giants like it's David and Goliath. Make sure you subscribe now. All the slinging techniques, slinging so hard I could kill a beast. Come and check me, hey. I know that you gon' like it for sure. Make sure that you tune in to Practical Paracord. Let's go.